So how strong is your team looking at this point? Well, let's find out.
At number 2, Peter, you have the LA Chargers.
If they had a better defense last year, Paul, I think they would have been a better team than the Chiefs.
With all those final post-draft moves out of the way and training camps opening less than a month from now, it's a good time to examine all 32 teams in a pre-camp edition of our Power Rankings. Number 32, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 32. Nothing on the Jaguars has really changed since our last Power Rankings. Doug Peterson has clearly been a welcome change for a team that has practically zero expectations coming into 2022. 2021 first-rounder Travis Etienne is looking real explosive in his workouts. If he's 100% come week 1, the sky's the limit for this Trevor Lawrence-led offense. Number 31, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 30. Are we the only ones getting excited about the Texans' offense? Davis Mills will enjoy an improved defensive line and a receiving trio of John Mechie, Brandon Cooks, and Nico Collins. We'd like to have them higher, but there are still some questions about the running game and flaws all over that defense. Number 30, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 29. Consider them the favorites to finish as the worst team in the NFC. Matt Ryan was able to squeeze 7 wins with this mediocre roster a year ago. Marcus Mariota is a giant downgrade from Matty Ice, and the defense may be the worst unit in the NFL right now. Number 29, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 28. Hall of Fame head coach Jimmy Johnson has good things to say about Brian Daboll, as does punter Jamie Gillen. That's very good to hear, because the G-men haven't had much to celebrate for the past half-decade. Still, let's keep expectations minimal for the Giants. Unless Daniel Jones enjoys an unexpected career revival, this team won't win more than 6 games. Number 28, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 31. Well, this Baker Mayfield trade sure does change things for the Panthers. This team went from hapless to suddenly having some hope. If Mayfield stays healthy and plays close to his 2020 form, these Panthers could surprise in 2022. Number 27, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 24. Still wish we knew what the Bears' offseason plan was. Justin Fields' supporting cast is worse than the mediocre group he had in 2021, and the offensive line still looks to be in shambles. There's nothing new to note in the Windy City. Number 26, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 26. There's a new buzz around Gotham where the Jets feel ready to make some noise after a mostly uneventful 2021 season.
What is your type?
Moms? Primarily? That's disgusting.
Stay away from my mom.
Too late, Kev.
At the very least, the Jets should be more explosive and watchable this season, after so many years of pain and misery. Number 25, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 27. Not calling them a playoff contender, but the Lions are expected to improve in 2022 following a very strong draft. Gotta think Jared Goff improves with another year of Amon-Ra St. Brown and TJ Hawkinson, plus newcomer Jameson Williams at his side. Playing one of the league's easiest schedules should give Lions fans some optimism at the possibility of 7+ wins. Number 24, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 25. So the Seahawks didn't want Baker Mayfield. They're fine rolling with Drew Lock and Geno Smith. It sounds silly on paper, but then you realize that this is the best way to tank for one of the elite QB prospects in next year's draft. Number 23, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 23. Getting Terry McLaurin extended is a huge win for the Commanders. It's all up to Carson Wentz now to maximize his supporting cast and prove himself as a starting caliber quarterback with his 3rd team in as many seasons. Number 22, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 20. It'll be exciting to see the Vikings transition to a more pass-heavy offense under rookie head coach Kevin O'Connell. We'd love to have many a bit higher here, but there's just too many question marks on the defensive side of the ball. Number 21, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 19. Perhaps no team had a more disappointing offseason than the Patriots. Then again, when has it ever been smart to question Bill Belichick? Although there are still some questions surrounding the offensive coaching staff, with Belichick, Matt Patricia, and Joe Judge expected to split duties. You know, now that Josh McDaniels is no longer around. Number 20, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 22. The Steelers aren't a team to sleep on in 2022. Let's be real, Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Pickett should fare much better than the final version we saw of Ben Roethlisberger. And George Pickens' skill set could take this passing game to a whole new level. It's just too bad Pittsburgh has to share a division with 3 other Super Bowl contenders. That's really the main reason why we can't place them in the top half here. Number 19, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 9. The Browns are absolutely the biggest fallers in our rankings because, well, it looks like Deshaun Watson will be suspended for some significant time, perhaps even the whole season. And trading away Baker Mayfield officially leaves the Browns' fate in the hands of Jacoby Brissett. Now, he's a solid backup, but not a true starter like Watson or Mayfield. Number 18, Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 15. The Marquise Hollywood Brown trade sure looks a lot better now that we know DeAndre Hopkins will miss the first 6 games due to suspension. But when D-Hop is back, Kyler's weapons will include him, Brown, AJ Green, Rondale Moore, Zach Ertz, and James Conner. Now, if Arizona could stop napping in the second half of the season, they could actually make a push to become the 3rd straight team to win a Super Bowl at their home stadium. Number 17, Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 21. Matt Ryan has garnered the praise of top wideout Michael Pittman and head coach Frank Reich. In other words, expect this to be a great marriage. Competent QB play is all that cost Indianapolis a playoff spot last season. Ryan can still play great football at the age of 37, so anything less than a playoff appearance would be deemed a disaster for the Colts. Number 16, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 16. Perhaps no team lost more talent this offseason than the Cowboys. Dak has turned his game up in Mike McCarthy's offense. How will he perform without Amari Cooper after a successful run together? Well, that's the main question. Number 15, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 17. Consider them a Super Bowl 57 sleeper. They welcome back Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas. Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry, Marcus May, and Tyrann Mathieu were brilliant additions to a ready-to-win-now roster. Number 14, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 14. It's hard to remember that the Raiders added Chandler Jones to complement Max Crosby. That's because we're also focused on the addition of Devontae Adams to an already dangerous offense. Number 13, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 18. What will the Broncos' strength be in 2022? The Russell Wilson-led offense or their stingy defense that allowed the 3rd fewest points a year ago? The Broncos have all the makings to be an AFC heavyweight, but we gotta see it before we consider placing them higher in our rankings. Number 12, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 12. Derrick Henry looks to be 100%, which is already a massive win for the Titans. Other than Henry's health, the main concern is if rookie Treylon Burks will be able to fill the shoes of the departed A.J. Brown. Number 11, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 13. Is Tua Tagovailoa really looking as good as Patrick Mahomes, or is Tyreek Hill just being sour and throwing shade at his former team for no good reason? Miami fans better hope it's the former. There is way too much talent and speed for this Dolphins offense to underperform in 2022. Number 10, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 11. The Eagles feel like the team to beat in the NFC East. A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Hassan Reddick, Nakobe Dean, and James Bradbury are just a few of the new Eagles players who should make an impact immediately. Number 9, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 10. There is no doubting the Chargers' offense. As for the defense, they can only improve with Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson headlining their offseason pickups. Number 8, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 8. Well, the 49ers sure didn't handle the Jimmy Garoppolo trade saga very well, but that's okay because it's Trey Lance's time to shine. The Deebo Samuel trade speculation has cooled down, so hey, that is a big win for the Niners. There's a lot to be excited about in the Bay Area. With a star-studded roster, the reigning NFC runner-ups have all the makings to push for a Super Bowl in a wide-open conference. Number 7, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 7. Lamar Jackson's contract situation hasn't been resolved, but no bother. The focus for now is winning a Super Bowl, and the Ravens don't have any significant flaws to hold them back. Number 6, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 5. Gotta move the Bucs down a spot because Rob Gronkowski's retirement leaves a gaping hole at tight end. Meanwhile, Chris Godwin is still recovering from a torn ACL, and the Bucs don't know when he'll return. Still, this is a top 5 offense with Tom Brady back in the game, and the defense is still a championship-level bunch. Number 5, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 6. Getting Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, and Cooper Kupp to all sign long-term extensions after winning a Super Bowl? Yeah, it's a good time to be a Rams fan. Despite all the cap constraints, the Rams made 2 big moves in landing Bobby Wagner and Allen Robinson. Repeating is such a difficult feat in this day and age, but the Rams are in better position to do it than most of the previous winners. Number 4, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 4. It was disappointing to see the Packers miss out on signing a quality receiver like Jarvis Landry. Odell Beckham Jr. or Julio Jones would still make perfect sense, but there's been no indication of that happening either. We get the Devontae Adams trade, and no doubt that the Packers got a great return. But with a short-term Super Bowl window, Aaron Rodgers is being asked to get it done with a bunch of youngsters in the passing game and no proven studs. Number 3, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 2. No Tyreek Hill? No problem. The Chiefs' offense should be just fine with Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and Sky Moore stepping in as replacements. Like the Packers, KC was wise to spend most of their draft capital on defense. It puts way less pressure on Patrick Mahomes to win every game for them. That bodes well in January football. Number 2, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 3. To think this team almost won the Super Bowl even though they haven't even hit their ceiling yet. Joe Burrow is only going to get better behind a rebuilt offensive line, and the heartbreaking Super Bowl loss will serve as a great lesson for this young, resilient team. It's going to be another great year in Cincy. Just you watch. Number 1, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 1. It's no wonder these guys are the hands-down favorite to win Super Bowl 57. They only had the number 1 defense and the number 3 scoring offense, and that D, by the way, added future Hall of Famer Von Miller and lockdown corner Kyer Elam. They'll be out for vengeance in 2022, so look out. But what changes would you make to our latest power rankings? Join us in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.